Hey guys, Kurt here with NK Garage and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I recently picked up this Craftsman round head fine tooth 1/2 inch drive ratchet, and I wanted to show you guys how to take these apart, how to clean them, what I use to clean and service these ratchets. A little introductory on this ratchet. This ratchet design was made for Sears Craftsman. They started this in the late 60s, and this ratchet went all the way up to 2009. So there were 40 years of production on this ratchet. It's a very sturdy, very reliable ratchet. A lot of people love these ratchets. It's one of my favorite Craftsman ratchets. It has a fine tooth gear. The roundhead design is very durable and really reliable. This one is not broken. It actually works just fine as it is. I don't know when the last time this was serviced, but we're going to do a service on it today. A few things you're going to need if you want to tackle this job. Some products. I like to use WD-40. This is for cleaning the ratchet. After we get everything clean, we're going to lubricate with some Super Lube. If you like, you can also use oil. Sometimes I use 3-in-1 oil on ratchets. Not a lot of tools are required. Things I like to use, I like to have a pick, a pair of snap ring pliers, and definitely some brushes. If you have handheld brushes, that's fine. Today I'm going to do the drill brush as well. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my snap ring pliers, and there is a retaining ring here. So it's right in here, and there are 2 tabs that you have to squeeze together to compress the ring to be able to pull out the main gear assembly. Now, I have a lot of experience doing this. I have pulled apart probably a few hundred ratchets. So if you don't get it as easily as I do, don't give up. It can be done. Sometimes they do get a little bit stuck in there. But basically, this ring sits inside this groove right here. And when it's compressed, it'll slide out. But when it's not compressed, it causes it to stay locked in place. The piece here on the selector will slide off pretty easily. We'll separate that. As far as the rest of this goes, these are pretty much sealed up units. I just like to clean them out with some WD-40. So that's something that I'll spray in here. And that's going to help us break up all the grime and gunk inside here. So you can just use as much as you want. What I like to do is I like to take my pick and I like to kind of just scratch at all of these little gears here on the selector. But I want to make sure that I get everything out of this retaining ring area, out of the selector switch. So we might have to move these around a little bit just to clean this out. I also like to clean inside the ratchet head. So this has the gear teeth are all in here. And I like to take the pick and manually pick out each one of these. After we do it with the pick, we're going to go through with the brush as well, just to clean up everything as much as possible. There's also the area where the retaining ring goes in, just getting all the old grease out of there. That'll help you put the ratchet back together and make sure that we get all the gunk out. And we'll start brushing in here. I happen to have a brush on a drill, which will make it a little bit easier for me. Alright guys, we're ready for the wire wheel. I brought out the wire wheel cart for that. If you guys haven't seen the video where we did the wire wheel cart, we do a full tour on this when we first built it, and we haven't changed anything since. It's been absolutely fantastic. So I'll link that video in the description down below if you want to check that out. But we have a drawer full of all the accessories and everything. It's on rolling wheels, and we got an extension cord. But let's jump into this. Basically, my goal here is to clean up the body of the ratchet. I figured I might as well just do it now while it's apart before we put it in the ultrasonic cleaner. You can see we got the inside of the gears here nice and clean, at least as clean as I'm about to go before we put it in the ultrasonic. So let's start up the wire wheel here and get going. Alright guys, we're ready for the ultrasonic cleaner. I happen to have a 30 liter, but if you have a smaller one, that's absolutely just fine. We have it set to a pretty high setting. I got it set to 65. It's heating up right now. It's only at 47, but it'll heat up as it cleans as well. So we're going to put this guy in there. You can see the wire wheeling was a success. I wanted to basically just get all the rust and grime off of this before it goes in the ultrasonic cleaner, because it'll come out looking like a gem when it does. We blended the missing chrome here pretty well. Went around, polished up the handle and everything. Got everything nice and clean. So this is going to take care of the rest of it and just make it look really awesome. Now, if you have a big ultrasonic cleaner and you don't want to waste a whole batch of degreaser, you can put your parts in a bag with the fluid in there and then just fill the rest of this with water. But I was cleaning some tools the other day and I had a big batch going, and this is just left over. So we'll put it on here, get it going, and let it do its magic. So we're going to let this run for a while and then we'll show you guys the results. Alright guys, I got all the parts out of the ultrasonic cleaner and I gotta say they're looking really nice. My main goal was to just bring some life back into this ratchet body here. You could just see it's got a nice shine to it now. Everything that we've done to get it to this point, it's just made it look so much better. So now it's time to put it back together, and I changed my mind. I said I was going to put grease on it, and now I have decided to oil it. So the reason why, and I will use grease or oil for something, dependent on the ratchet mechanism, but we've got these dual switch selector mechanisms, and they both pivot in here on these ball bearings. So when you switch this over, everything pivots on ball bearings, and I think it would be better with oil instead of grease. So this has all been blown out with the air compressor after the ultrasonic cleaner, and then I did another round of WD-40 and then blew it out again just to make sure we got no more water in there and there's no more debris. So now I'm going to take my 3-in-1 oil, it's my oil of choice, and I'm just going to start applying it to all the areas that see movement and contact. I want to make sure I get inside here. You'll see those ball bearings if you're doing one, and make sure that all those get lubrication as well. So you don't have to put a lot of oil in here, but you want to make sure you have enough. I want to put some oil here on the ball, work the quick release, put some down here on that push out quick release, and then just kind of move that around and get that going. And make sure everything works nice. Then we want to make sure that our cap has got some lubrication on it as well, a little bit of oil that'll just help protect it and make it operate smoothly. So we'll just rub the oil around on the top, but we don't need a lot. So the installation of this, you're going to want to put your switch cap back on. You're going to want to get ready with your ratchet upside down. Grab your retaining ring, put it on here, and line it up with that lower groove down here, right on the bottom. And then it's the reverse of when you first took it apart. So I wiped off some of the oil off some of the surfaces, made it so that I can actually grip that retaining ring. And we're going to just try to gently get it in here. And at the same time, you got to have these in the right position. So I'm going to set up my selector so that we're kind of in between forward and reverse. Then we're going to grab our retaining ring really tight. We're going to line it up. All right, so we're coming in with a third hand and a pair of duckbill pliers. And we're going to get that retaining ring really tight. But what we're trying to do is you got to put that selector switch in between forward and reverse so that it's not sticking out. Otherwise, you won't be able to slide it in here. And if I could work flat on the workbench, but I kind of want to show you guys at least some of the view, maybe I wouldn't need the third hand. So now once we're in here, you'll see we're just spinning because we're stuck in between gears. So we just got to rotate that But look at that. Listen to that. It's like a brand new thing. So it sounds amazing for a 56-year-old ratchet that I scored at a flea market for 10 bucks. I'm super happy with it. I'm actually so happy with it, I have decided to keep this ratchet for my personal collection. We've got the Forged in USA, Flying V, patent pending. You got the head here. I did my best on the selector switch. It's actually sitting a little bit lower than the head of the ratchet, but I took it to the belt sander with the conditioning belt to kind of clean up some of these dents and dings. But I'll never get tired of that. Another benefit to using oil is if you like the sound of your ratchet, it doesn't muffle it like the grease does. So if you like listening to this, maybe go for oil. But there you go, Craftsman USA roundhead fine tooth ratchet rebuild, slight restoration. Sort of a tutorial and just, hey, look at this cool tool video. This should work for the 1/4 inch and 3/8 drive models as well as the flex head models. And I'm pretty sure this similar method will work for the 40 years that they made this. You might find a little bit difference in some of the designs on the internals, but basically we're practically taking it apart, cleaning it, and putting it back together. The hardest part is just dealing with that snap retaining ring there. So I'm happy. I have decided to keep it. I really like it. It's a cool ratchet. It's a hard one to get with the Flying V logo and the patent pending. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think about this style of video. We'll do some more in the future, and we'll see you guys in the next one.